Hey, hey. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to Actors Daily Bread. Today I'm talking about um, preparing for an audition versus preparing to go on set. So, welcome to Actors Daily Bread. Today was a super busy day and I didn't have time, literally, to get our most current episode edited. I've got some new editors on my team, which I'm super excited about. So, I figured I'd just go live because I've been coaching all day. So as you come in the room, please say hi. Even when you watch the replay, to all our replay watchers who will watch this later, what's up, replay watchers? I'm happy to say that I have moved to YouTube with clapping in hand. So I'm gonna get into it because why waste time? So I was really torn on what to talk about today. Even right before I came on, I was doing Marco Polo with one of my best friends, Sakan, and who has a great channel here on YouTube, by the way. And I was like, okay, let me just go to some of the intel that I have. So right before I taught this last installment of my signature course, Book More TV, I had every student who signed up send back what they wanted to learn, and they had questions. I was like, let me just go to my pile of questions. So I'm going to read one that came from a student, and I thought it was good. So I made some notes, and then whatever I didn't write down, I'm just going to talk off the top of my head, but you can certainly feel free to put a question in there. Hi, Dawn. Hey, I'm on YouTube now. Hey. So here's the question, or here's the question, and see if you can resonate with this. This person writes, auditioning is a different art than acting itself. And I'm curious, what do you do in an audition or in preparation for an audition that may be different than what you do before going to set? And I thought that was a really good question because this came from a young lady who works a lot. And I was like, this is so juicy because listen, for real, prepping to audition, especially if you're doing a self-tape or if you're going in person, we all such a suspension of belief with so many things that you have to do that it forces you to prepare in a slightly different way. So I was like jotting down some quick things. So, okay, she said, what do I do in preparation that might be different than going on set? Well, I know for prepping for an audition, of course, I'm prepping lines, right? I'm printing my script, prepping lines. I'm creating character out of nothing most times because I've gotten a few pages of the script versus a whole entire script, right? So we're creating character bios, character history based on whatever we're making up, right? Anybody who's coached with me before already knows I'm gonna say you're probably wrong, so just make a choice, right? So there's that. Also, you're trying to make up what the relationships mean. You're trying to figure out what this character wears, how her hair is, right? Especially for our self tapes, if you've been coaching with me, you already know what I'm pulling out. I'm like making up eye lines, right? Of course, the person standing next to me, really, for my self tape, I have to put them in front of me, and it's all it's weird, right? We all understand that it's suspension of belief, right? So that's the thing that, okay, we're used to doing that for our auditions. But, I love this question about how do you then prep for when it's time to go on set? And it's so funny because I love it as a coach when my clients call me, text me, DM me, Christine, oh my God, I booked the gig. I'm shooting tomorrow. I'm shooting next week. What do I do? What do I need to prep? How do I need to change? Do I change anything? And I just love it. A, I love the excitement, but B, because now we're coming to a realm where we have more freedom. Our voice matters more. The things that we had to make up are no longer made up. They exist, right? The fake car we were driving now is a real car. Now it changes everything about what we're doing. So to come back to answer the question, again, if you're just hopping on, we had a great question about preparing for an audition versus preparing to be on set. And so I'm just sharing some of my tips. So first of all, when I'm preparing to go on set, I book the job. Thank you, God, right? I done booked the job. I show up. When I'm showing up, I'm thinking about how I am expecting to experience the day. I'm expecting and prepping for a 14 to 16 hour day. And even if it turns out to be 8 or 4, my mind, and for me, that's a big thing. Prepping for the long day. That way you're not looking at the call. She's like, oh yeah, I should be out of here. Crew calls at 8. I should be done by 4. Like, no, been there, done that. And you're wrong, ma'am. You're wrong. 12 hours later, you're still on set. And I'm joking about that, but it's real because, but put in the comments if you've ever done that, try to calculate your exit time by that crew call. Or is that just me? Maybe it's just me. But that I had found that I had to stop doing that because that starts to mess up my energy, right? Because I need to stay energized, especially for these late night scenes, for long days, feet be hurting, lower backs hurting. Like that's also part of my prep. If you know being on your feet all day is going to affect your body, which will then affect your attitude, which will affect your just being around you, that's the stuff to prep. Like put that in your set bag. Your back brace, your ankle brace. I mean, I'm so serious. Like all these things that make you comfortable. Ladies, bring multiple sets of drawers, bras, whatever you need to do so that you feel comfortable. Also something that, for me, in addition to flexibility is, and my clients will know this, be like water and flow, right? Now you're walking into a set. This isn't just the casting director or the producers. This isn't you just making up what you did for 2 pages or 3 pages. Now, before you arrive to set, you got the whole script most of the time. I mean, so some of these NDA shows is what it is, but for the most part, you have a little more information. How about we say that? You have a little more information, right? So with that, now I have more information, but I can't be so locked into what I think I'm going to do that I'm not flexible, that I can't be like water and flow, because I don't know what this director is going to want from me. We may want to try a bunch of different things on, right? Also, before I show up to set, a way that I prepare for this also is by researching the other people on the call sheet. And this is not being like stalkerish, just legit researching the names, unless they've been crossed out or they're fake. Even with that, if they're fake names, you still know because there's the star of the show or movie, you can Google that. I like to Google people especially who are going to be in my scene, to know what they sound like before I meet them. I don't want the first time I meet them to be the first time I hear their voice or experience them. So unless a brand new actor who's never been in anything, I guarantee you can find something about these people online. Y'all picking up what I'm putting down? Leave me something in the comments. I don't feel like I'm talking. It's just me and Dawn here. All right. So I like to Google the people, watch any footage I can of them just to hear their voice. Like, oh, that's what they sound like. Especially if someone's playing your love interest, right? You don't want it. The quicker you can start building a bond, even if it's from your own house, watching them on your phone, that's a bond being created. And so when you meet them, it's like, okay, yeah, he sounds the same. Oh, I thought he was taller in person. I thought he seemed taller on camera. But at least you have started to create something for you. That's real to you. That's part of my prep too. Hearing them speak, getting them, and that could be the singer in me, but I'd like to hear voices. Okay, yeah, getting to know each other, not so foreign, preparing for the long day. And there's things too, and we talk about how you prep for an audition versus how you prep to be on set. And welcome to those of you who are just joining. Come on and say hi. There are different things that I do when I'm on set. For instance, when I was prepping to answer this question that came in, it made me think back to an indie film I did years ago called The Retrieval. And it was set in 1864. And we shot it in this, you want to know a word that's hard for me to say? Rural. It legit is a hard freaking word for me to say. I want to say rural. So we shot it in this rural part of Texas. And anyway, for real. But when we were shooting, there was still some cotton growing on the field. And it really, as I walked the field, so that's the thing too, when I'm prepping on set, I don't just sit in my trailer. As soon as I'm able to get to set, I go. As soon as I am able, I'm not going to show up earlier than allowed, but as soon as I am able, I get there and then I walk around. I feel the space. For those of you who come from the theater, you know what I'm talking about. You have to become one with the space. walk around, feel the energy, see where the doors are, where are the lights. Okay, when I'm outside, when I'm on set on this particular project, I found a piece of cotton, I grabbed it and I put it in I had like a little tiny pocket on my outer coat. And throughout the day, I would just hold on to that piece of cotton in my pocket, very subtle. No one knew what was in my pocket. It just always instantly connected me back to the moment, back to my character, which is why I love using music as things as triggers for me. I almost have like a theme song for the day that really helped me to connect to my character and the tone, the time of the decade that I'm in, the time frame that I'm in. So if I'm on set working on this project based in 1864, I'm not listening to Kate Michelle or Beyonce. Like they're just, for me, it does not work. It doesn't go together. You know, I'm listening to very specific types of songs, either blues or just something, you know, ancestor songs from the field, things like that, like keeping me in that headspace. So even as I take lunch or go out throughout the day, I still haven't lost touch with the character that I am portraying and what I'm doing here. So that's a big thing for me. Also, you know, in this question about prepping for an audition versus prepping to be on set, you know, also as we prep in the audition, that for me translates over is how we prep for this person to look. Now, certainly when you get to set, depending on the project you're working on, there could be all kinds of prosthetics or there could be really special hair, but you having a vision that you can express to the creative team is important too. So they're going to show up with their vision, and then it's important for you to have an opinion because it's your face, your body. And once they explain, oh, this is how the character is going to look, all the characters have this on or whatever. Are you okay with this? Like, don't leave without feeling like I'm connected to this character in some way. So I hope that sheds some light. I mean, that's not all the things that I'm doing. I try to think of as many things that I do that might be different, because I think one of the biggest things that jolts people, and even myself, is because you've prepped in this staged arena of an audition, whether it be at your home or whether it be at a casting studio, it's still fake, right? When I say fake, it's still not the real thing. Putting people in weird positions, looking at one person the entire time, except when you go on set, there's 5 people in the room, right? So you have to make an immediate shift. Like when you book the role, really now start looking, you know, really make sure you're looking at everybody. So when you have all those people there in person, and sometimes people are talking so low you can't hear them because it's TV, right? Film. Sometimes we get people are real mumblers. That you're able to just be connected to the scene because you've already worked out some stuff in your head, and then the director is helping you along. So I hope that answers your question. And if you found this video helpful, if you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, turn the notifications on so you never miss a video. I've got some fun stuff going on this channel. This Thursday, on Thursdays at 8 p.m. Eastern, we have my Journey to Stardom blog. And Sundays at 8 a.m., we have Sunday Stories, which I kind of take you back. I didn't believe I didn't good enough. I want to take you back to behind the scenes of some stuff from my childhood. So I'm excited about moving here to YouTube, and I hope you continue to come here with me. But more than anything, you know, today as I was scrambling for ideas, I want to hear from you. So leave a comment below, something that is a pressing question, whether you're watching this replay, it doesn't matter when you watch this video, leave a comment, I'll check it, and the next video you watch just might be on your topic. Have a great night. Bye.